Captain America's decision not to return the Infinity Stones is a pivotal moment that has sparked widespread debate among fans and critics alike. This decision, while steeped in character motivation, merits a deeper exploration for its broader implications within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. At its core, this decision reflects the complexities of moral duty versus personal desire. By choosing not to return the stones, Captain America deviates from the established plan, prioritizing his happiness with Peggy Carter over his responsibility to restore the universe in the exact manner needed to prevent alternate timelines from collapsing into chaos. The significance of this decision lies in its potential consequences for the universe. By not fulfilling his duty to return the stones, Captain America risks creating alternate realities where the imbalance of power could have catastrophic effects. For example, without the Time Stone, the Sanctum Sanctorum, responsible for defending against otherworldly threats, lacks a critical line of defense. This absence could lead to disastrous repercussions, such as more powerful beings exploiting these vulnerabilities. Additionally, the absence of the Reality Stone could lead to the disintegration of reality as known, allowing for beings like Malekith to wreak havoc unchecked. This decision is supported by those who argue that Captain America's choice represents a necessary evolution of his character, highlighting personal growth and the importance of individual happiness. They suggest that this humanizes him, portraying a hero who finally prioritizes his desires after years of self-sacrifice. However, critics argue that it contradicts his core values of duty and responsibility, potentially undermining the very fabric of the universe he swore to protect. The controversy surrounding this decision is fueled by the potential ripple effects it has on other aspects of the main narrative. It challenges the notion of linear heroism, suggesting that even the most righteous of characters can make choices riddled with ethical complexities. By influencing key events and characters, such as Doctor Strange and the potential reemergence of foes intent on exploiting the power vacuum, Captain America's decision invites a myriad of alternative storylines that could evolve into conflicts, both within and outside of his original arc. Ultimately, Captain America's controversial choice serves as a catalyst for debates on heroism's moral ambiguities, questioning whether the greater good should always triumph over personal desire, thus enriching the narrative fabric of the Marvel Universe. The concept of returning the Infinity Stones is integral to maintaining the stability of the universe in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU. The Infinity Stones are powerful artifacts that control various aspects of the universe, such as time, space, and reality. They must be returned to their original points in time to ensure the continuity of reality, as failing to do so could result in catastrophic consequences, creating alternate realities or triggering universal decay. The importance of returning the Infinity Stones is underscored by the wise words of the Ancient One in Avengers Endgame. She explains to Bruce Banner that removing a stone from its timeline creates a divergent reality. Therefore, the task assigned to Captain America to return the stones is not just a matter of duty, but a crucial act to preserve the integrity of the universe itself. The very fabric of existence hinges on the proper placement of these stones, reflecting a broader theme of responsibility and sacrifice prevalent throughout Captain America's narrative. Two examples highlight the significance of returning the stones. First, the Time Stone's retrieval is critical as it governs the temporal flow. Without its return, strange anomalies could disrupt not just Earth, but possibly all of existence. Second, the Reality Stone's absence could warp the nature of reality, leading to uncontrollable and unpredictable outcomes. These examples emphasize the stone's essential role in sustaining balance and order, crucial elements often reflected in any narrative exploring the consequences of power and responsibility. Supporters argue that Steve Rogers' decision to retire and stay in the past while Bucky or Sam could have helped with the return mission undermines this responsibility, suggesting a potential oversight or deliberate choice prioritizing personal happiness over universal duty. Critics argue that this undermines his character's ethos, blurring the lines of heroism. Challenges in returning the stones include the logistical impossibility of traveling back through the time's complex streams and the potential moral ambiguities faced by influencing past events. Voices within the fandom have debated whether versions of reality where stones were briefly removed might ethically justify course corrections by contemporary heroes. This point seamlessly connects to the broader theme of accountability and ethical dilemmas within the superhero genre. By not returning them, Captain America's legacy and the wider consequences influence future narratives, prompting audiences to ponder individual versus collective responsibilities. Ultimately, the stone's return symbolizes a cessation of personal desires for the greater good, a pillar upon which true heroism stands. Analyzing Captain America's motivations involves diving into the complex layers of his character to understand why he may have chosen not to return the Infinity Stones. This concept is rooted in examining the internal and external factors that drive a character's decisions, particularly those that seem to deviate from their expected path. Captain America, known for his unwavering moral compass and dedication to doing what is right, made a choice that left fans and analysts questioning his reasons and the implications of his actions. The significance of analyzing his motivations lies in unraveling why a paragon of virtue and duty might decide against fulfilling his perceived obligation, thus offering a deeper understanding of his character and the broader narrative implications. It adds depth to Steve Rogers' journey, prompting discussions about the weight of personal happiness versus duty and the exploration of alternate timelines and realities within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. A relevant example from the real world can be found in the decisions made by military leaders or public figures when faced with a choice between personal interest and public duty, reflecting the tension between what one desires and what one is expected to do. Another example is the ethical dilemmas faced by political leaders who must decide between maintaining a status quo or pushing boundaries for what they personally believe is a greater good. Both are situations that mirror the complexity of Captain America's decision-making process. Supporters of Captain America's decision to remain in the past and not return the stones might argue that it aligns with his character's longing for a life he never had due to his sacrifices during World War II. Critics, however, might contend that this decision undermines the very fabric of his character, which has always prioritized collective responsibility over individual desires. The challenges in analyzing his motivations stem from the potential for subjective interpretation. What one sees as a logical character evolution, another might view as character betrayal. Moreover, discussions around alternate timelines complicate the narrative, inviting debates on the implications of his actions on different realities. This analysis connects to the broader narrative of the Marvel Cinematic Universe by exploring the themes of sacrifice, responsibility, and the complexity of heroism beyond just fighting battles. It influences how fans perceive the conclusion of Captain America's arc, affecting the interpretation of his legacy in the franchise. Understanding his motivations is crucial to grasping the nuanced story woven throughout the series, highlighting the intricate balance between individual choices and their wider impact. The concept of alternate versions of Captain America's journey delves into the exploration of different paths Captain America could have taken instead of the story presented in the mainstream Marvel Cinematic Universe and MCU. This idea is rooted in the multiverse theory, which posits that infinite realities exist where variations of people, events, and decisions play out differently. This concept highlights the creative possibilities in storytelling about Captain America, particularly focusing on his controversial decision not to return the Infinity Stones after the events of Avengers Endgame. The significance of exploring alternate versions of Captain America's journey lies in the potential to enrich and expand our understanding of his character and decisions. By considering what could have been, viewers can gain a deeper appreciation for the choices and sacrifices the character makes, and this exploration adds layers to the narrative, sparking discussions and allowing fans to engage with the storyline on a more nuanced level. Two specific examples can illustrate this point. Firstly, the What If animated series provides a glimpse into alternate realities within the MCU, including different fates and decisions for iconic characters, including Captain America. This series exemplifies how altering certain decisions leads to vastly different outcomes. Secondly, fan theories that reimagine Captain America's journey, such as him living an alternate life in a different timeline, serve as platforms for exploring what-if scenarios that can influence fan fiction and inspire future adaptations. Support for this idea comes from those who appreciate expansive storytelling, as it allows for limitless creativity and exploration. The multiverse concept is celebrated for providing fresh takes on familiar characters, preventing the story from becoming stagnant and offering endless entertainment potential. However, challenges arise from the potential confusion and continuity issues that alternate versions introduce. Some purists argue that introducing too many variations dilutes the character's core narrative and undermines the established canon, leading to a fractured storytelling experience. Furthermore, not all fans are enamored with the complexity of multiverse concepts, which can alienate those who prefer straightforward, cohesive story arcs. Alternate versions of Captain America's journey influence the main topic by suggesting reasons for his controversial decision to not return the Infinity Stones. This lens allows for a broader interpretation of his motivations, emphasizing themes of sacrifice, personal fulfillment, and duty. It also ties into other aspects of the storyline, such as time travel and moral dilemmas, enhancing the overall narrative depth and engaging fans in meaningful discussions about the character's legacy.